Hello, Taken. Welcome back to another episode of Double Dad's Day Off, here playing Grim Dawn, Ashes of Malmouth. Got a little bit of an energy boost right as I started there, that was great. This is Apprentice Dad, Trellan, joined as always by the Firefoot himself, Veteran Dad, Ryco.
Swiggity swack, we back. What's whack? Hey guys.
You are what is whack. You are wax. All right.
I'm wax.
You're wax. Wax on,
I'm
wax
wax.
off. Go to the flooded passage rift. That is the one that we need to dynamite up. Hit it with that dynamite.
Flooded passage rift.
Flooded passage.
Alright.
My passage
Dynamite.
is flooded, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. I have no idea
I
what
don't know
I
what
mean.
you're saying there. That's just inappropriate and
I'm
hurtful.
sorry, everybody, for this atrocious action that I have committed. I hope you all can forgive me, and that we can move on together. I've
No.
got bad news, Danny.
What?
It takes 3 dynamite.
Are you kidding me? No!
We can't go into this passage. Alright, in that case, let's go back to Burwitch Village.
Wow, we just cock-blocked the shit out of everybody. Everybody was so... All 3 of those people were very excited
Every
to come.
3 persons. All of our viewer. You
All
see-
viewers are belong
No,
to
you
us.
did it wrong, Danny. You didn't see how I did it right. All of our viewer, right? Yeah, I'm funny. We got one viewer. Yeah, all of our viewer. I'm hilarious, Danny. Laugh.
I didn't catch it. Shut up, Kay, it's early.
All right, now I'll call you Ryco instead of Danny because you laughed. Thank
I
you.
know. I gave up. I told you, I was like, hey, I thought of a name. That's what I'm gonna go by. You're like, or I couldn't think
Dude.
of a name. I don't know what to go by. You're like, you have to. I think of one, and then you just call me my normal name.
I've got like
This is
I've got like 30 years of calling you by your normal name, and 2 days of calling you by Ryco. Okay. I see that you picked up the Firetrap.
yes.
That shit is the
indeed.
best. It sends them flying. Oh, there's a dot over here. A Burwitch Village repair site. This one needs 1 dynamite. We can go across here.
Doing it. Clear. The debris cleared. The bridge cannot be restored, but we need 10 scrap and 8,000 iron bits.
I got that.
Let me see if I have. Oh, do you? Okay.
Bam!
Sweet.
Going across the bridge. What's over here?
Sweet. Sweet.
What's over here? I think this is one of those things they added in like in a later patch, so I'm actually not too familiar with what's over here. There are level 34 things over here. Going back across the bridge.
What? Where?
I saw them down in the river. There's level 34 skeeters down there.
Ah, level 35!
That's what I tried to tell you, man. But you were like, where? No, I don't think they're over here. No, keep on going. But
Holy shit, they're fast. Holy shit. My flame feet aren't working.
Okay, they ran away. Good.
Wow.
My flame feet aren't working.
I was not flaming on, man. I was
You're just
flamed
not
on.
flaming enough, man.
Damn.
Be more
that was
flaming.
Can't do it.
Can't do it, won't do it. Alright,
Can't
this
do
is
it,
all
won't do it.
cleared out on my map at least. Is it all cleared out on yours?
It is indeed a Runo. Wow, that was really daddy of me. Didderino, daddly do.
Indeed a Runo. I'll keep my eye out for a like hi tired I'm dad joke opportunity, and that will level my dad skill up. I gotta increase my apprenticeship rating.
The dad jokes are always the best, and they always are timeless classics.
Dude,
I use the dad jokes on a regular basis, even before I was a dad.
I'm so good at dad jokes in Japanese, you don't even know. In Japanese, they're called oyaji gag. And
Name for it. That's awesome.
yeah. And when you do like a really bad oyaji gag, the reaction people will give is they'll be like, "Oh, tsunetai," which is like, "Oh, I'm so cold," like because the joke is so bad it made them cold. And I always make Naoko freezing cold. But I think she's lying. I think that they're actually super hot dad jokes, and she's just lying to protect herself from how hot they are. Otherwise, she would burn up.
There's some flame dad jokes.
It's a lot easier, I don't know, for me to do dad jokes in Japanese because, like, I think it's just because I have to think about the language a lot more. So, like, I recognize pun opportunities, like, in a split second in Japanese. If there is a pun opportunity, I will recognize it and I will use it. Whereas in English, I miss opportunities for puns all the time. Because I just am not paying enough attention, I guess.
Yeah.
The worst part is, I can tell you how good I am at dad jokes in Japanese, but, like, because you don't speak Japanese, like, if I did a dad joke, I would have to explain it, which we know ruins the joke. So,
yeah.
All I have to do is, you just gotta take my word for it, man. I'm hilarious in Japanese.
Well, I mean, you're not hilarious in real life, so I mean, you gotta be hilarious in something.
You know what? I'm gonna be hilarious in your face.
Oh, yeah. Ski.
That was a dad insult right there. That's the trying not to be super obscene, so instead you just be super lame dad insult. Oh. This is the place. Here, follow me. Check this out. You ready to see a fat secret?
Yes.
Look at this. Why is there this little thing going down here? You can't go this way. Oh, wait. Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's this? It's a cave? Yes, it is.
Oh, shit. It's a whole cave down here?
Oh, it's not just a cave. Just you wait.
Oh, shit. I am at full mast.
You better be at full mast. I think you said full mass, by the way, which is a very different twist on that. Just every time you're in church, just raging boner.
I was trying to be religious, and you just have to make it all inappropriate. Jeez.
You're the one that made it inappropriate, saying that you're at full mast when you're at mass.
Did you ever go to, did grandma ever have you come to church with her?
Yes, all the time. That really boring one?
Yes.
I guess that describes all churches, but if you go to church and you're listening, I'm sorry, church is boring.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna poo-poo on church, you know, but it is what it is. I'm not a churchy kind of guy, but I mean, Jesus Christ, Almighty, my Lord and Savior, that shit. Just kidding. That shit is boring. I remember sitting there and just counting till as high as I could count to.
I had to go to church with her a lot too, because my dad was like one of those guilty Christians that he was Christian, but he didn't really go to church as much as he should have. So like every now and then, usually around the holidays, he would get like really insistent that we had to go to church every Sunday.
Pet hoarder, an achievement. Yeah, I thankfully didn't have to deal with that with my parents. My parents were like, yeah, we're Christian, but we didn't fucking do anything about being Christian, you know, like, and I think I went to church with grandma like a handful of times, and like, I don't know, it was, yeah.
Yeah. I also had my best friend in high school, whose family was super religious, and it's weird because he was always like aggressively anti-religious because they were so religious, and now like I don't talk to him that much anymore, but I like he's on Facebook and stuff and I see him post, and now he's super religious too. But anyway, every time this, by the way, is the real secret of this place. It's the hollowed hill. There's a bunch of loot here. But yeah, every time if I went to his house on the weekend and I stayed the night over there on a Saturday, their rule was like the only way I could stay the night is if I went to church with them on Sunday morning. So I went to their church a lot as well, and that was even more boring because like I wasn't there with my family, I wasn't a part of like that church community, so I didn't know anybody there. Like the only person I knew who was my friend, and he had to focus on church or else like his family would get mad at him. So I just like sat there, surrounded by people I didn't know, at church, which like. I'm not like, you know, I have a couple friends who are like militant atheists that are like super anti-religion. I'm not like that. I just like, I'm not religious at all.
Same.
So like, it's something that I had no spiritual connection to, no familial connection to, no friend connection to. It was the worst.
I didn't have to deal with anything like that, but I can imagine like basically just having to go and sit there when like you're younger or even a little bit older and just being like, man, this is not where I want to be right now. But same thing. I have friends and people who are just completely anti-religion, and I mean, I'm just like, whatever, dude. It's your prerogative. I mean, you believe what you believe. That's great, you know.
Yeah.
But
As long as you're not hurting anybody, like as long as you're not like the Westboro Baptist Church or something, dude, believe what the hell you want to believe. I don't care.
yeah, I agree.
If you're the Westboro Baptist Church and you're listening right now, fuck you. Stop listening.
Yeah, fuck you, Westboro Baptist fuck boys. You guys are fucking soy boys.
I want subscribers and listeners and likes, but I do not want theirs.
Yeah, those guys are ass dicks. Actually, like last year, I think. I don't know. This is kind of just on the church topic, but just off topic, not about the dick bags at Westboro Baptist fuck boys. So my girlfriend and I, we went to Tahoe, and we were sitting on the beach. We were just chilling, and these two younger people came up to us. Like, they're about our age, but just a little younger than we were, and they were, you know, like, there's people who want to come talk to you about church. Not really Jehovah's Witnesses, but just want to come talk to you about, like, their beliefs and stuff. And, like, normally when people come up to you about that, you instantly get annoyed. You're like, dude, I don't want to deal with these people. Like, I mean, it's cool, you believe your thing, but I don't want you to sit here and try to shove your religion down my throat and yada, yada, yada. And so my girlfriend's Jewish, so obviously she doesn't believe in
fuckboys.
Yeah, exactly. So she's.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to imply that Jehovah's Witnesses were fuckboys. Like that was. I just realized after I said that that's what it sounded like. That was not my intent at all.
What'd you say? It definitely cut out there.
Oh, I said that I was not trying to imply that Jehovah's Witnesses are fuckboys. I only realized after I said it that's what it sounded like.
Got you.
Anyway, continue on.
So yeah, they came up and, like, you know, they weren't being super pushy about the religion or anything. They were just, you know, coming up being like, hey, you know, blah 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 blah. And my girlfriend was like, well, I'm Jewish, and I'm also, you know, atheist. Like, I don't really believe in any religion or anything like that. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Well, why? You know? And so she explained her reasonings, and I'm not gonna paraphrase what she said and end up explaining it wrong, but. You know, she's like, look, I studied some religious stuff in college. I studied this and yada, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, okay, you know, that's cool. I mean, you know, that's good. You have your own beliefs and you're this and you're that, blah, blah, blah. And then they were asking me stuff too. And my views are like, look, I like to believe there's a higher power, but I don't know what it is. That's kind of how I believe. I don't know. I'm agnostic, I guess you could say. But anyways, I guess what I'm getting at is, like, it was actually a pretty cool experience just sitting and talking with them, because they weren't super pushy or super douchey or, like, really like, you have to believe this or else you're going to go to hell. They were just kind of like, they were just really chill, and they were just like totally accepting about our beliefs and stuff and what we believe in, regardless of if we believe what they're trying to get us to believe. And it was just like, that'd be really nice if all religions were like that and all religious people were like that. We're like, hey, you know, this is how we feel. This is so-and-so. You mind listening to us talk for a little bit about it? Cool. All right. Well, I'm not going to shove it down your throat. If you don't believe, that's cool. You know?
Yeah, in my experience, most Jehovah's Witnesses are like that. Like, they definitely want you to believe in Sweet Baby Jeebus, but if you choose not to, like, they're not going to be like hellfire and brimstone on you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know... Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just saying, most of them are like younger kids too, and like people just love to bash on them and be shitty towards them and stuff. I mean,
well, that's because they, if you're Mormon, you have to do service and stuff like that. I had a couple of Mormon friends in high school, and you have to do like, if you're super hardcore Mormon, you have to do missionary work, I think. But when they were in high school, they had to do like that door-to-door thing, I guess part of their church service and everything.
Oh, okay. That must suck. I mean, like, not doing service, but like having to go door to door if you're not comfortable doing that because it's part of your service and what you have to do. Like, that'd be uncomfortable. And I'm sure they're not excited about having to come to your doorstep when you're going to be a dick to them as soon as you answer the door.
Yeah, sorry I was being quiet. I was trying to remember if there's a way to save this guy back here, and I don't think there is. You have to kill him no matter what. Yeah, like, they're not like being dicks about it, but yeah, they do have to do it, which is why, like, you know, when I talk to Jehovah's Witnesses, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Jehovah's Witnesses. I just always try to be polite to them. Like, I kind of treat it like, you know, call center people. Where usually when you're talking to them, like, you're aggravated because something's wrong, but, like, that's not their fault. I don't understand people that are rude to people like that.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to
I gotta go back
because I'm full.
Haha, Jinx, you owe me a blowjob.
Okay, let's do it right now. Did you know, though, by the way, that I got Jehovah's Witnessed in Japan?
No.
Like, Jehovah's Witnesses, like, so Japan is not that religious. Christianity is over there, but it's, like, not popular at all. And the people that are Christian over there are, like, a weird version of Christian where they're, like, it's just not quite the same as it is over here, right? But Jehovah's Witnesses, for some reason, have, like, a pretty strong presence in Japan in terms of, like, if you're there for a decent amount of time, you'll probably see a Jehovah's Witness.
Weird. I would have never in a million years guessed that.
Right? Like, I never would have expected that either until I moved over there and I got Jehovah's Witnessed. So I was there and I was on my lunch break, and this time I actually, like, I didn't get mad at them, but, like, I was mad about the situation overall after it was over. I was on my lunch break from work, and, like, I was sitting there clearly just, like, minding my own business, trying to chow down on lunch. And I see a couple of, like, white dudes in suits walking up to me. And, you know, because I was in a smaller city in Japan, it wasn't super common to see other white dudes around. So, you know, they came up and they're like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, oh, and I started talking to them. And they're like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, oh, you know, I'm just on lunch from work, and I'm just trying to get this all woofed down and then head back and get some work done. And they're like, oh, yeah, cool. So, have you loved Jesus yet? And I was like, I don't want to talk about this right now, man. I'm having lunch. And, like, so I did, you know, what your girlfriend did. Like, I was Christian for a while. I know a little bit about, you know, the whole Jehovah's Witness, Mormon faith thing. It's just not really my deal. And I'm not really interested in it much. But thanks, though. I got to get back to lunch. And they're like, oh, well, how about you tell us about it? And I was like, I don't really, you know, have the time. I gotta get, and, like, they wouldn't leave me alone. So I actually, like, ended my lunch 15 minutes early. Because I was like, oh, look, lunchtime is over. I gotta head back now. Sorry, bye. And then I lost a bunch of lunchtime because I got Jehovah's Witnessed in Japan.
Yeah, that's very obnoxious. Like, you're clearly being like, hey, man, I'm good. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I don't want to deal with this right now. I just want to chill and eat my food. They're like, but did you hear?
Did you
like,
hear
God
about how sweet baby Jeebus is?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not particularly interested, but you need to be interested. It is sweet baby Jeebus.
It's the babiest of the Jeebuses.
It's the babiest of the Jeebuses. Once again, nothing against you if you are Jehovah's Witness. Just if I'm eating my lunch and I'm clearly busy, maybe try to tell somebody else about sweet baby Jeebus.
Yeah. Dick bags.
I mean, that's the direction I was trying not to go in. Oh my goodness. There's some interesting, like, religious beliefs in Japan, though. This is one of the things I've tried to talk to my wife about before. Because, like, the average Japanese person insists...
I'm back.
Alright, welcome back. My skeleton's got, like, a fire buff when you came back. That was cool. The average Japanese person insists that they are not religious, and, like, Japan as a whole is not religious. But that is incorrect. Like, so this is what I've tried to phrase it as to my wife, and it's had limited success. Like, if you have... let me make sure I get the correct organization of religious rites going on here. If you have a Buddhist ceremony when you are born and when you die, and it's not necessarily a ceremony, but, like, you know, the way that you're born and the things they do, and like when you die, what they do with your body. If that is a Buddhist thing, and then when you get married, if you have, like, the traditional Japanese marriage is a Shinto marriage, like, they sometimes have it at a church, but it's not real. Like, it's more of, like, that's the fashionable thing to do. Like, you know, the Western marriages, let's go to the right here, because there's stuff over here I want to see. The Western marriages are at churches, right? And it's trendy to do what they do in the West, so they're going to get married in a church and stuff. So you get married according to Shinto beliefs. You're born and die according to Buddhist beliefs. that's religious. Like,
True.
all of your holidays and superstitions you have are based on, like, Shinto and Buddhist ideology. Like, just because you don't go to church and worship, like, people go to, like, graveyards and light incense for their dead relative. Incest? Oh my goodness.
I heard that. I was just gonna let it slide. I hope they're not lighting incense.
I think what happened there is I was talking about relatives, and incense sounds like incest, so, sure. We're just gonna let that roll and keep on going. If you light incest for your families, and you do that, like that's a Buddhist belief. Like all these things they're doing are based off of Buddhist and Shinto religion. What is this? Hold on, let me continue in a second. I've definitely never seen this before. The Aetherials have barred the way north from Burwitch. It would take some kind of powerful arcane ritual to dispel it. Those things are level 37 and 36, so maybe like around Act 3-ish? This must be
The new area
the Malmouth
or
stuff.
something.
Yeah, because that's the Gloomweald, like right up there in the... Alright, so the area with the other ones that we got to is the East Marsh, and this is Gloomwald.
Okay.
We'll have to remember that and come back here. It's a annoying aspect of this that there is no rift portal right here to come back here easily when we're that level.
I know, we're just gonna have to plow through all the guys again, just like you do on a regular basis.
Yeah, I plow through those guys. So anyway, just to quickly finish up what I was
for
saying.
the record, I'm just gonna correct myself. That was not... Never mind, I'm not gonna...
Okay. Are you trying to be all PC on me here, Danny? Is that
I
what's
am
going
trying
on?
to be PC, because I realized what it sounded like after I said it, and
What, that I
that
plow
wasn't
through
what I
guys?
meant.
Yeah, I plow through guys all day, every day.
Anyways,
I'm
whatever.
not scared. I'm confident in my masculinity. I can plow through a guy or two if I want to.
Now it's just getting off the rails.
I gotta finish the point I was making about religion in Japan, okay, while I talk about plowing guys.
Let's do it.
So, just to really quickly wrap it all up, like, yeah, if all these things you do are religious, you might not be overtly religious, but, like, Japan definitely has religious influence and stuff. And so it's not like a bunch of belief systems and ideologies that are based on, like, traditional religion and culture, and they just don't recognize it as religion.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know, like, coming as somebody not Japanese, but who doesn't view themselves as religious, and I probably still would be viewed as religious because I, like, celebrate religious holidays and all that kind of stuff. Is that kind of what you're getting at a little bit?
It's kind of what I'm getting at, but, like, so you would just say you're not religious, right? Like, they take it, like, a step further, and, like, they talk about how much America is influenced by religion and how Japan isn't because they're not really religious. And I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't necessarily feel like I need to call them out for, like, oh, you say you're religious, but you actually are. Because I guess you're right. Like, they don't really actively go to church and stuff like that. Although they do actively go to, like, Buddhist ceremonies and Shinto ceremonies and stuff. But that's maybe more of a cultural thing. But at the very least, to say that they're not influenced by religion is just, like, flat out incorrect.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. Because, I mean, that'd be like, yeah, being like, I'm not influenced by religion at all. And it's like, well, that's not true. I mean, I celebrate Christmas. I celebrate all these religious holidays and stuff, regardless of if I'm doing religious activities during these holidays and stuff. It's still, if I was completely non-religious and religion was not influenced at all in where we live, then we wouldn't be doing that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, wow, this has plus 43% vitality damage on it. I mean, I lose some damage on my pets, but I like that. That's good. Yeah, one of my favorite things about religion in Japan is, you know how I said they're not that Christian? A bunch of Christian holidays are celebrated over there. Like, they love them some Christmas, but because it's not like a Christian holiday over there, it's just like, hey, Christmas, cool. It's got, like, really interesting traditions for it. Like, one of the go-to things to do on Christmas in Japan is you go and you get yourself some Kentucky, which is what they call KFC, and you eat your Christmas chicken. And it's
That's the kind of Christmas I want to get behind.
Right?
I want to get me some turkey.
So, some Christmas chicken from Kentucky. And other things that you do, like, it's a religious, not a religious, it's like a couple's holiday. It's like a romantic holiday over there. So you go out with, like, your girlfriend or your wife or, you know, your significant other or what have you, and you have yourselves a nice romantic Christmas dinner together because everybody knows that Christmas is all about the love.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather have it all about the love than what it is here, all about fucking getting presents and iPads and shit.
Oh, it's definitely still about getting presents over there. Like,
okay.
Japan loves consumerism, and like brand names are so big in Japan. Like, yeah, they're not going to pass up on a chance for good old consumerism.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is also a thing over there, but it's a better version of Valentine's Day because girls give guys stuff.
Ooh.
They make like chocolate for you and they give it to you. And then 1 month later, on March 14th, there's White Day, which is White Day. And that's when you're super racist.
What?
That's a joke about it being White Day. And
okay, I thought...
it's all about the white
hey,
people.
Man. I was just listening, so I was just like, "You kidding me, right?" Because I heard what you said about the little racist faux pas they have over there still.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're like passively racist. They're not hatefully racist, but they're definitely xenophobic racist over there. But yeah, White Day is when the guys return the favor for the girls, and it's their turn to go down. I mean, no, it's their turn to give them gifts and chocolate. But it's kind of like, you know how when you're in like elementary school and you don't just give a card to like the person you like, you give a card to like all your friends and everything?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that in Japan, especially on Valentine's Day for like girls. They just give like, you give friend chocolate to like your coworkers and then your friends, and then you could buy special chocolate or ideally make special chocolate that you give to the guy that you like.
It's a special chocolate with, with the special ingredients that make you, get a little sleepy if you catch my drift. It's legal here in California, boys and girls.
Gosh, don't do it. It's the marijuana. Yeah, there was a nice little audio glitch, right, as you said chocolate, so it sounded like you were singing an auto-tuned. It was like, some special chocolate.
T-Pain on the billing.
I'm on a boat with chocolate. We missed like a whole branch back down that way. Let's just explore this way, and then hopefully it'll loop back around. Speaking of which, I think that's what it's doing right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, getting that loop.
Dude, everything I do spell and skill-wise is just big boom explosions and fire and people flying in the air, and it's great.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about this game, man. Diablo 2 was like that as well. Once you got rolling, that frozen orb I'm always talking so much about that I liked with the sorceress, that just filled the screen with shards of ice.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that was
area.
sick. Ooh.
That was my cheesy thing that I would do anytime I was like actually interested in going on a PvP like area. I would just find an area where people were fighting and then stand like slightly outside of it and spam frozen orbs into it.
What a dick move. You bounty hunter, you.
me bounty hunter, me get bounties. Yeah, Diablo 2 was great, but like the online PvP aspect of it was kind of just a shit show because there was so many hackers in there.
Yeah.
And people that just cheated the hell out of everything. And so the balance of it was all kinds of off. I'm just grabbing loot over here really quick, by the way. I'll come back your way in a second.
I'll come back to you. I'm just gonna follow you. Cause I'm probably missing up on some loot as well.
My other favorite Diablo 2 thing to do was, because I'm like the most antisocial person ever, I might be the only person that plays online games to not play with other people. I would find a game that was like, that already had, I think the max was like 8 people you could have in a game, right? So I'd find a game that had like 7 people in it already. But they were like, oh, I gotta go back to town to sell. But they would be like, in Act 4, and I would be a new character. Because you get more, you get scaled XP, and the monsters are scaled harder when you go into a game with more people. But usually you share that XP with them because you're fighting together in the same area. I
Right.
just circumvented that by my level 1 character would join into a game where like a bunch of people were going through Act 4 together, and then I would just go run through Act 1 and immediately be like level 10.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I was a dickbag about it because they'd be like, get out of the game, you're making it harder for us. And I was like, fuck you, I want experience.
I'll do the same thing.
Alright, I sold all my stuff. All my stuff. Oh, we should put a cut here because it's been 30 minutes. My timer that I accurately put on for once told me that.
Woohoo! Oh, need this. Sorry, I'm just selling shit.
Alright, I'll outro while you do that.
Sounds good.
Alright, so thank y'all for tuning in and joining us here on Dad's Day Off. David appreciates your presence. You know what? You guys could all be honorary dads. David is all of our sons. Look at this beautiful baby boy. Oh, my baby boy, look at him. He's so good. So come back next time and visit your baby boy, David. Don't be a deadbeat dad. Join us next time on Dad's Day Off. Boy.